Hi, and welcome back to Chuck's Tuesday Tips. Today we're going to work on the half mount bear. We're going to do a little more in-depth tip this time for you guys. We apologize about the short ones, but that fox pup, with everything else going on, we just weren't able to really film it through all the steps like we wanted to. Anyhow, I've already put the ears in this bear here that we've been working on, but I'm going to go over how to do it on this bear rug. Now, first of all, I don't know if you know, sometimes on predators, people tend to put the ears in backwards because, you know, it looks like they go like this, because they don't. They go like this. And so it's really easy to put them in backwards. You want the rounded edge, or on a predator like a coyote or something, you want the edge with the little skin flap on the outside, and the cartilage always goes, this bump goes out to the outside, the predominant one, but it's easy to get confused since there's two. So that happens a lot. But see, sometimes people put them in like this because it's so similar. That's one thing to keep in mind. Now I went ahead and took the cartilage out of this bear rug shell ahead of time just to save time. But I'll show you again how to put an ear in. Again, I take a little bit of glue, put that toward the tip of the ear. And I do that so we can squish the glue up into the end of the ear, just in case when we glue the ear liner in that it won't wipe off the ear liner sometimes. Sometimes when you push it in, the glue smushes down. So if you put a little bit inside your ear and smear it around, that always helps. And we'll coat the ear liner. And then after my big speech about making sure, you know, you got them in right, we'll make sure we put the right side in the right side. Wait, is that double negative? We slide our liner up in there and we align our skin. This is a big head on this bear. This one went book. Was 21 and I forget, 21 something, but big. Okay, see how nice that is? Have a grooming brush handy. Groom it out. I'm going to take the stapler, like I always staple. We're going to run our staples around the outer edge of the ear. And then again, we're going to take our magic wax cut, cut out our ear card. Put a little split up here so it'll lay in there nice. We're going to push this down inside there, these two little flaps, so it'll hold the ear skin way down at the bottom nice. And then we'll staple this in. It's going to hold our ear skin in place till it dries. Then normally I do, you know, the other side and then come in and do my ear butts, but for the sake of this lesson I'll do it just one. Now again, like I do all my ear butts, it's still basically similar to a rotating ear, so we just need two pieces of clay in the balls, just like we do on the deer. We'll make the two cones. We'll come up in here, and mostly, like I said, again, it goes to the front. Turn it this way. Turn it this way. Go to the front of the ear most most of your meat is to the front, all the muscle is, as opposed to on the back is just a thin layer of cartilage-like material, or a film, I forget what you call it now. And again, it's split in the center. Push it in there, shape it around, and bam, we got us a nice ear just like that. And once you practice doing this in all your ears, man, it just becomes routine. And you get great results every time, and a great shape. Boy, I feel like I'm doing a cooking show. Now, for the next ingredient, we need 1 cup of salt, 2 cups of flour. Now, on this size black bear, I use an 18mm eye. And again, always my eye system is basically all the steps are the same. We'll put a little bit of clay into the socket. We'll fill the back of the eye flush with clay. We'll set it in the socket. The nice thing about a bear eye with the round is we don't have to worry about the level and all that. And again, when we make our eyelid, always the same principle. Remember that you have a lower muscle and an upper muscle, and there's always a connective spot for the lower and upper lid. I always start on my weak side because it's easier always to match to your strong side. So through our reference and our skinning, we know where the muscle attaches. So we take our fat 1/8 inch roll for the bottom, and we're going to duplicate on the top. We don't need as much as like for a deer, but again, you're going to want to make sure that you leave that demarcation or break between your upper and your lower lid, so that when we put our pins in there, we get the nice space, the nice shape, and the separation that gives you the upper and lower lid appearance. And it's basically that simple. And remember that your glass, the clay is setting mostly on the glass, not up here. And then I don't usually blend. I'll do it over here on this one with no lid, eye in it. I don't really blend like you'll see a lot of guys do. I don't blend these two together. I keep it separated like this. If you blend this, then you're going to lose your transition there too. So basically, you're just rebuilding it how we took it apart. And even though this is a rug shell, it's still the same steps as over here on the life size. I got a little cut here. Phil, now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. We're going to slide the skin on. And now you're going to know when I'm famous for making messes. I try to work clean, but it's impossible for me for some reason. You don't really have to use a brush. I'm not even really supposed to. The Bhagwan just uses his hand. The Bhagwan is one of the names I have for my teacher. So, anyhow, Thursday I'm leaving for Taxidermy to go speak at MIT. Not even really sure what I'm doing there or what I'm talking about, but I'm going to go. I'm not going to put Colette glue all the way up to the very back because I'll add the glue there. When I get to that point. This one leg I want, oh wait, no, I screwed up already. This leg here I sewed up already, just for the sake of time, because normally I would pre-sew them anyway. But I left this one open to show, go over again how we skin them and why we skin them, how we skin them. Because even when we taken them apart, we're doing it in such a way that we're already anticipating when we have to put it back together. So anyway, okay, so here we go. Ooh. I'm getting quite enough glue on that leg for my liking. Because it's sewed up, I gotta put a little extra. It's gonna help it slide down. I just wiped my hand glue off in here. If you remember, I had to split this one open a little more to get it to come over last time. Let's see if I can do this without embarrassing myself this time. It's not gonna look that way. Try to keep the glue out of the hair. It's almost impossible. But our glue is water-based and does wash out of the hair a lot easier than that relish those guys like to use. Okay. So far so good. There we go. Usually on my stand that's bolted down. Okey-doke. Yeah, and these bears will fool you. This is a big bear. Man, you'd think it'd go book, but it didn't. But at the same time, the measurements, we're going to put it on a big enough mannequin that it could be book. Come on, buddy. Alright, show me the love. Here we go. What happened this time is, after I magic dipped this, got a little bit dry, so I lost a little of my stretch. Plus it doesn't help, this thing's bigger than me. Here we go. There we go. This is obviously going to ruin all my clay work on my nose, but we'll just add a little more. I'm going to line my lower jaw up right now. See how nice it's going to, it's going to fit nice. Watch me speak too soon, as always. Some disaster will be falling. Alrighty. Now, stretch this out. Feel our knuckles touch.
Bear hug it.
Bear hug it. Now, why am I doing this, JJ? Need some tall guy in here. We'll get our pins. That's funny, bear hug it. It's always a lot easier to tug it around when it's upside down or standing straight up on the mannequin like we do it, rather than fighting the gravity. Okay. Now you can see this one's sewed up. This one I left open. But if you sew it up ahead of time, if you know it's going to fit, then you only have to do it once. I filled my toes and all that already. Because really, in production taxidermy, the main thing is you don't want to do everything. You don't want to touch it more times than you have to. So, you can see how good that's going to look. Let's flip it over and get our eyes aligned.
You're at 15 minutes.
We're at 15. Alright guys. We're at 15. We're going to go a couple minutes longer here. Can you come over here and get this, Jay? You can already see that this is going to sew up. This is all going to fit. So let's just see the rest of our head. Pull it up. Yep, our lines are going to be just right. See that? You see the eyes in there? There we are. That's lined up. Look at this, our nose. Face is going to line up. Ears, everything's good. Now let me explain about this foot real quick. If you remember in one of my skinning videos, I said that I always skin it down that side toe right here to the toe. So what we're going to do is put our 5 toes in, well actually 4 toes in a dew claw, fill this area up. We'll cut a little hole in here for this to go around. We'll sew this up using a whip stitch. We do that, we'll come back and sew the back up here using the famous heavy needle and my favorite thread, wherever that went to, right here. Then we'll come back and do our face. But to make sure, once again, that we don't lose our eye set and all that, we'll put a pin here and here. And here and here. Boy, this thing's going to be nice. Don't worry too much about setting your ears right now. You can add a little clay up here if you need it. But even then, I think I have enough. So we'll do this with the baseball stitch, tugging it tight with the pliers. I'll come in and I'm going to use my other thread on the leg, the lighter stuff, my repair thread down here. We'll come in and do our face. Anyway, we'll show you a picture of this a little bit later. So, and please, if you have any ideas or there's anything that you would like to see, any kind of repair you'd like to know about, please email me and ask me. And I'm going to try to do my best to work on this, and maybe someday I'll get some editing equipment so I can go all the way through the steps and show you everything. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in on Chuck's Tuesday Tips, and we'll see you if I make it back from Boston alive.